Hey, y'all.
Welcome back to Y'all Hearing This. My name is Kay. Thank you so much for coming back and joining us.
Yes, and my name is Honeybee, or you can call me B, and whichever you choose is all right with who? Us! Yes, welcome back to another fabulous week, darling, of new.
Yes, very new to both of us.
Yes.
Which is exciting. So every Wednesday we focus on one artist or group.
Yes,
we do a couple MVs, we do a dance practice, a live, we do a guide, and our podcast, which is where you're at now. So thank you for joining us.
Come on.
And this week we featured Enhypen.
Yeah. Oh, they are so talented.
Yeah, they're really good. I had only ever heard them for the first time a couple weeks ago. I did their brand new mini album for one of our album listening parties, and that was just amazing. I really liked they have that vampire concept, which I love a good storyline. Give it to me. Love it.
And I love that for a group being this young. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like you don't see a lot of like the vampire-esque type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's so dope and definitely like out of the box. You know what I mean? And I think I don't know.
Yeah.
I really like it. Like it's different. That's what it is.
It is.
When I think of them, I just think of different.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to explain to somebody the other day about how K-pop groups have like storylines and things like that. But some of my favorite groups have like a real big storyline, like ATEEZ, you know?
Yeah.
So I just find it fascinating, and I love vampire stuff anyway. Like I love because there's all different lores and mythologies and things like that. You know.
Do you equate K-pop music to almost like reading a book series?
Sometimes, I mean, or like watching a movie. Like because I mean, I can't speak to Enhypen as much.
Right.
For ATEEZ,
but just the idea of like themes and stuff like that.
Like I love the idea of like each different video that they put out has like different pieces.
Yes.
You know, and there's no like one set kind of thing, but you know, like just being able to pick different things out and like having this overall like lore and theme to the music, like Bite Me, especially. I mean, obviously, just even the title. But when they had like the kind of like it has that almost horror feel to it. Like gothic,
when it was like
kind of like
it was like and then the teeth showed, and I was like,
well, that was Give and Take.
Oh, that was Give and Take.
But
okay.
Okay. But yeah, there was a couple both of them, you know, and it had almost that like haunting sound to it, like very like dramatic and you know things like that. So I just think that's so cool when you use those different themes in your music too. So I'm excited to check out more. And I mean, I'm sure not every single song of theirs is about being a vampire, but or
but it's like you're creating a picture to go. It's like you're creating like a movie for the sound, like go with the soundtrack.
And I love like I said in a previous video, the first thing I ever watched from them was the teaser trailer for Dark Blood, which is their latest EP. And it had, I don't know if the music in there was on the album. I don't think so. Not that I'm remembering it, but it was just a story, you know? And it was just so cool that I love in K-pop that they do that they release all these teasers and little trailers and things like that. And give you that concept for the album or give you little hints of like what's to come, you know?
I was just watching a video the other day where there was like a artist that's from the States here. And I don't remember specifically who, but it was Kelly Rowland. Okay. She was talking about, just in general, they were talking about the new Little Mermaid and whatnot, I think it was. But anyway, she mentioned that she misses the mystery and the buildup of albums now. Because people were like, because the interviewer asked, like, you're going to release any music? She was like, nope, I'm not saying anything. She was like, there's no more mystery of surprise. There's no more, like, there's no anticipation buildup. Like, we're missing that in the music industry. Yeah. So, and I'm like, and that's what I think of, like, when I think of K-pop, they are the masters of building up mystery now. Like, they really have taken, and I think that's why K-pop in my opinion, I feel like that's why so many people gravitate towards it, because it's not like everything else where it's just like out in the open. Here you go. Now it's like, we're going to build up some suspense. We're going to build up some mystery, and it's going to make you want to listen and invest even more.
Yeah.
And it goes hand in hand with how they, you know, have their themes and, you know, just, I know we always talk about Stray Kids and ATs, but like going back to their storylines and stuff, like it just makes it more fun, and it makes you want to just be more involved.
You know, they're actually making a K-drama that is based on BTS's storyline.
I believe it.
Yep, they've hired actors. I love it so much. I can't wait, because let me tell you, it is the most convoluted thing. I've tried watching videos on it, and it's very sad. And yeah, there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
Which at one point I do need to show you. There's kind of like this little trilogy that kind of goes along with the storyline. It doesn't give you the whole thing, but is like super good. And I want to show you that. And I think you like all the songs too. So we'll do that at some point for sure. But yeah, that's what I want. Yes. Give me an 80s movie now, please.
Yes.
Like, I want it. And it's so funny because when Halazia came out, Hangjun came out and basically did like a tutorial. It was Professor Hangjun like telling us about the lore.
Oh my god!
But didn't really give anything.
Yeah.
But they've all come out and said they haven't even gotten through like half of their storyline yet.
Oh.
So I'm so excited, you know. And the same with this group. Like, I'm excited to go back and listen to like earlier stuff and kind of see where it's going. I don't know if it's like a full storyline or if it's just like more like a vampire concept.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But from the trailer I saw, it does look more like a storyline. But yeah, they're just something special. There's something about it. And you know, a group doesn't have to have a sort of concept or whatever, because they're also super, super talented.
Yes.
Just singers, dancers for sure.
Oh my god, they're dancing.
Yeah, that was so good. And it kept going, like, he could be the lead dancer. They're the main dancer. This could be the main dancer. And we're like, it could be the best dancer of Enhypen. You know, every single one though.
It was just like every single. It was perfect. It was perfection. Like it was so good. And you know what I liked? So like just kind of jumping into the guide that we watched. It didn't give us it didn't give us too much information about like their releases and all that stuff. But what I really thought was cool is just it really showed their individuality and their personalities. And the two, like all of them are super talented, but the two that stuck out to me for sure was Sunnu and Nikki. Yeah. And I think Nikki, obviously, for being the Maknae of the group. And also, I feel like Nikki, he just stands out. Yeah. And
he's the one. So I when I was doing the album listening party, I recognized him right away in the second thing I watched. You know what I mean?
Like it's just there's something about him. Like I just feel like some people are just born naturally with just this presence that is just undeniable, and he has that. Like he could literally, I mean, obviously he's incredibly talented, but he could literally just walk into the room, and I feel like all eyes would be on him because it's just that energy, and it's something that's so endearing. And he was so talented, and I was like, that's dope, and I love that he's in a group with people who can mentor him and to really hone in on that talent. And
but they're not really like too far removed from his age either.
Like it's like they're learning together.
And they all went through the same sort of thing. Like I mean, obviously trainees as well, but also went through the competition shows together and things like that. Yes. So yeah.
And I mean, again, and going back to that show, which we didn't even realize, but the group members were picked not just by voters and by the producers of the show, but actually by themselves.
Yeah.
So can you imagine being a part of like the people who didn't even get picked?
Yeah.
And like they chose for these people? Like that to me is like, it shows the definition of like character and honestly like really doing it for the music.
Yeah.
You're taking yourself out of it. That to me was so powerful. So I could definitely see why they picked Nikki.
Yeah.
And Sunnu, I loved the tone of his voice.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. And I also I just loved him just because he was just bad funny.
Yeah.
But the tone of his voice just was like, it was so good. Like, I could, like, every time he just would even speak, I was just kind of like,
okay, yep. I loved everyone teasing him. It was cute. I loved his video too.
Yes.
So I love that little cute. I don't know why, because I should hate grown men going, you know. But
like doing the cutesy.
Exactly, but for whatever reason, it's adorable when they do it. Not everyone, but yeah, it's so cute. I love it so much.
What was your favorite part, or what was your takeaway from the guide?
So first of all, my favorite part of the entire thing was when Nikki just like dropped and rolled all over everybody. It was like, yes, this is the power of the youngest.
Yes,
that was so funny.
Yes,
that was great.
My gosh,
I really liked Jake too, like his kind of presence and just like him being funny, but like trying too hard sometimes, because that is totally me.
All day.
Like really bad dad joke kind of pun.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's me. The leader, oh goodness. Hold on.
Wait, why you just remember his name? Can we also, I just want to throw this out there, honorary mention was when the damn cake fell.
Yes.
I lost it.
Yes.
I was like, I'm out.
Jungwon.
Yes.
Being 16 and the second youngest and being the leader at debut, that is crazy.
That's incredible. That's a lot of pressure.
That is so much pressure, especially because, you know, people voted for you to do, you know what I mean? Like you needed to come out strong.
You had to come out swinging.
Yeah, absolutely. And they did with Give and Taken, for sure.
Right.
But wow, that is so impressive to me. And it's so funny because I'm trying to think of a group that I listen to a lot, or know anyway, that has the oldest as a leader. I think almost every single one has someone who's a little bit younger. But yeah, I mean, not necessarily like this. I don't know. Wow, 16 is just so young. It's so young.
That's just a lot to, well, at the time, I think he's 19 now, but even at 19, that's still like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God. Like, that's just, but you know what though? It speaks to his character, because like only certain people
have that quality.
Yes, to withstand all that.
Absolutely.
And to still grow in their own.
Okay, I did want to mention that was, okay, I'm sorry. My second favorite part was the Nikki rolling around on everybody. My first favorite part was that they don't have fixed positions because they always want to grow as an idol. Love that so much. Amazing. Not that I mind if people call themselves a rapper or a dancer or whatever, but like, I love that idea. That was so good.
They were like, nah, we're going to be Beyonce. We're going to do it all.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And like we were saying, that every single person was like a great, amazing dancer.
Right.
And then
they all had vocals. They all had personalities.
Yeah,
they all
and a lot of them could rap too.
Yeah.
And like everything.
I really would love to know if they produce their own music or not.
I don't know.
And if they aren't yet, I could definitely see them doing that.
Yeah.
Because that'd be fire.
I know my only thing with this group is that usually when competition shows are put together, it's like a set limit, you know. And I'm not saying it can't like continue, but I don't know if like that's the plan or what's happening, you know, with them. So
which is very true.
You know, usually it's like you're going to debut and we're going to do this for a couple years or whatever. So, you know, I mean, from the guide anyway, it looked like they all were family, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So I really hope that they continue on afterwards, you know, after their contracts are up and things like that. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Yeah. That's the only thing that kind of like makes me a little nervous about getting into them way too much, because then I'll...
God forbid.
Yeah,
you know? But it's just the history of just singing shows, period. No matter what country you're from, where in the world, I just feel like competition shows nowadays are not like they used to. Like, I feel like during like the American Idol, Kelly Clarkson days, like back then, Fantasia Barrino's, like all of them, like I feel like
Fantasia didn't win, right?
She did.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, okay. Jennifer Hudson didn't win.
Oh, okay. She got, that's what I'm thinking of.
But it's just like, you know, you think about just how they, I don't know what changed over time, but like, I feel like back in the day, in any singing show, they just had lasting power and their careers went after the show. Whereas nowadays, it's like you see them I can't even tell you, like...
I know. I used to watch The Voice all the time, and I couldn't tell you one person from there. Oh, no. Melanie... what's her name?
Melanie Daniels? I'm not Daniels.
She has, like, this hair, 2 different shades of hair. I can't remember.
Oh!
Anyway, but I don't think she even won her season. Mm-mm. But, yeah, I couldn't tell you a winner. I feel like none of them have gone on to do, been, like a Kelly Clarkson.
Right,
thing, right. But, yeah, it's tough out there for sure. For sure. So I do like that they at least had like their debut and they won. They were showing a couple of things of them in an award show. I think they had won like a global fan award or something like that. So it shows that they definitely have a good fan base and things like that. So that's great.
Yep. It's funny because my pick for Bee's Nectar of the Week this week coincides with the whole like musical show creation of a group. Okay. And that's why I picked them, because I just thought like about this group and how it just like went hand in hand with them. Okay. And I feel like it's really just interesting going back to the idea again of being formed on a show, and just like really being able to get it right is hard. And I felt like with this group, they really, really, really did a great job. Like this was like...
they picked some great people.
God.
I know, because sometimes too, when there's voting, you don't always get,
just say.
Yeah. Or like the best result of a mix.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? Because there are times when people may be super, super talented individually, but then just don't work well as a group. So it's amazing that they were able to get like a good group together.
That's
you can definitely tell they're a good group. And really like enjoy each other and like,
Yeah, like actually like enjoy each other's presence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Quick question, side note, because I wanted to ask this. Is there like an origin for where their name came from or what their name stands for?
Oh yes, I think I saw that. Hold on, I'll look that up. Enhypen is a mix of an N dash and a hyphen that connects different words to create new meaning. Members of Enhypen will connect, discover each other, and grow together.
I love that.
Me too.
Enhypen.
Oh, okay, and that's why there's a hyphen in a lot of their earlier stuff.
Look at us putting the pieces together, girl.
Oh, we got it. It might have taken us a little bit, but we
right. Okay, we gonna get it.
That's right. I like that meaning a lot.
I like it too, and it goes back to having a theme child or some sort of like that's so dope.
I love it. I really do. They're super talented. I mean, I'm all in. I was in from the moment I heard Vampire. So. Yes. I'm really glad that they're this good.
My first take was The Give and Taken, and that was fire.
Yeah.
That was fire.
Yeah, there was like an intro song that I listened to, but then it was Bite Me.
Yeah.
So that was like my first real big, full song. But yeah.
Shout out to whoever made that guide. That was dope.
Yeah, that was a really good guide.
It was informative.
It was. It was a very helpful guide to Enhypen. So thank you. Now, do you say it Enhypen or do you say it Enhypen? But there's no H, so it's Enhypen.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Enhypen.
Yeah, me too. Please let us know if we're wrong and have been saying it wrong in all of these
and don't beat us, please.
Right.
Well, would this be a good segue into Bee's Nectar of the Week?
Yeah, tell us all about what is Bee's Nectar of the Week.
So Bee's Nectar of the Week, for you new listeners, every week, obviously, we're going to be talking about a new artist or what we're featuring that week on the podcast. And so I always like to, give you some options or some recommendations of other artists that are outside of the K-pop world that kind of remind me of, the artists that we're featuring that week and, vice versa. And give you a little, couple of tracks you should listen to.
Nice.
And we usually kick it off with Kay trying to guess who I'm going to pick. And I'm going to give you the one hint. I kind of already gave it. Was that they were definitely formed on a music competition show.
Okay.
And it is one of those things where like everybody is extremely talented individually, but they create magic when they are a group.
So my real only guess, and I cannot think of their name for the life of me, but Harry Styles' group.
Yeah!
What is their name?
One Direction.
One Direction. Jeez, how did I not? I didn't know it.
I love you because that is exactly who I thought of.
As soon as you said competition show, I was like, man, it's got to be them. And then I'm sitting here, I'm going, Fifth Harmony, no. Then I'm going.
Yes, but that's true though. That's true. They were Little Mix, and Fifth Harmony. I think were both on X Factors, which is what. Yeah. One Direction was for them. Right. So
I know, but I knew it was a girl group. Yeah. But in my head, I was like, that's their name. And then I'm like, no, it's not. But anyway, One Direction. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a little bio, little tip.
That's right. Just in case you're living under a rock for the past 10 years.
For real. Trust me. We all have been at points.
Yes, for sure.
So One Direction is an English-Irish pop band based in London consisting of Niall Horan, Liam Payne, Harry Styles, Louis Tomlinson, yep, and Zayn Malik.
How do I know that? I don't know. Tomlinson. I just know their names.
That's hilarious because I didn't even know any of their names except for. Actually, no, I did know all their names. I'm sorry for
Liam.
Louis. Yeah. Whenever I see Lewis, I always say Louis. A mess. So they were signed to Simon Cowell's record label after being formed and finishing third in the 7th series of the X Factor. So they didn't even win.
Wow.
So they came in third.
Wow.
So they were propelled to international success by the power of social media. And their 2 albums, Up All Night and Take Me Home, released in 2011 and 2012, broke several records and topped the charts of most major markets and generated the hit single, That's What Makes You Beautiful.
Oh, okay.
One Thing and Live While We're Young. Okay. Their 3rd album, Midnight Memories, introduced a maturer sound than the previous albums. And they also released the songs from that, Best Song Ever and Story of My Life, which became smash hits. Mm-hmm. The music video for Best Song Ever broke a 1-day Vivo record, racking up 10.9 million views in 24 hours.
And what's funny is that K-pop blows that out of the water.
Listen,
anyway, sorry. Right. I'm just saying things.
That
it's
whole
fine.
part. I mean, you said it because it's true. So the band's 4th album, appropriately titled 4, continued just to show them, getting older and stuff, which is always, I feel like, a touchy thing when it comes to just groups in general or just artists in general. Mm-hmm. I always feel like when they're that young, it's always interesting to see how they can transition into becoming mature.
Yep.
I mean, case in point, Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Came out with Baby, you know what I'm saying? And then now it's like, how do you transition through that?
Yeah.
I mean, anybody, Britney Spears,
and in like the public eye, and sometimes good, sometimes just not good. Yeah.
Like, I just,
yeah.
Let's see. Fan favorites from the album 4 were Steal My Girl, Night Changes, and No Control. Their fans often dubbed the Directioners love No Control so much that they campaigned for it to be a single. And then on March 25th, 2015, it was announced that Zayn Malik was leaving the band. Mm-hmm. The fans were left shocked and confused as to why Zayn would be departing. Whilst fans were originally told that he wanted to live a normal life, he explained later that being in the band was taking a toll on his mental health and he wanted to produce his own music that was more his style.
Absolutely. And I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because One Direction is definitely more like pop, alternative. For sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That type of sound. Whereas Zayn is very much like R&B, lo-fi type of hip hop type of situation.
I've only ever heard his like one hit.
Pillow Talk.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. But I did like it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that was like, that was what he was really, you know what I mean, known for. And it's just like that sound.
Yeah.
So, and it said he ended up getting a solo deal with RCA Records, and now he just goes by Zayn. Mm-hmm. The boys worked incredibly hard in their 5th album, Made in the AM, which had the songs Drag Me Down as the lead singer and also Perfect in History. Mm-hmm. The album dropped in 2015, and it was their last album before what was supposed to be an 18-month hiatus. But now all of them are working on solo creators, although there was speculation that there is going to be a reunion sometime in the near future.
Oh, nice.
And
I have to say, I probably would know more of the songs if I heard them.
Yep, that's one of the things.
There's only a couple that I'm like, oh, okay, I know it from the name.
Yeah, like Story of My Life. Definitely know that. Story of my life, I'll take you on, I'll spend all night, and inside the story of my life. Like, oh my God, they used to play it out in every commercial,
Gotcha.
And then,
that's
you
what makes you
light up
beautiful.
my
That one I know, but yeah, but that's fine.
Yes,
but I again, this is in the era of the stuff Kristen doesn't listen to.
Oh yeah, I mean? Oh God, yeah.
So like, it's more like, God, that sounds so snobby, and that is not what I meant. It just wasn't my type of thing, and like so. It's kind of in the realms of like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys to me. I know it's like later,
right?
But like I know certain songs because it was on the radio, but yeah, it was never like I never bought an album of theirs or something. Yeah. Although I do like Harry Styles' music a lot. Have I listened to a whole album by him? I don't know that I have. No, maybe his latest. But yeah,
Harry's House. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I did.
Harry's House, and then his last one was, I think, was it Fine Lines or something? I can't remember the name. That was like reminded me. It was very like David Bowie.
Yeah, that's what I like about him. What I really like too is that, and I know there's this thing where a lot of people think he might be like queer baiting and things like that because he's kind of androgynous or wears skirts and things like that.
Oh, he does like he brings out a rainbow flag every night on his tour.
Yeah, but I just want to say, like, it is not anyone's business but his.
Right.
Who he is, how he is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad he is at least an ally. And I love his music. And
I'm here for that.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sorry, but like, the more people. Like, representation matters. You know what I mean? Like, the more people do things like that, the more just normalized it gets. The more...
This is a great segue into a Say What section. I was going to say, let's talk, since it's Pride Month.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I feel like our Say What should be Pride focused, maybe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I'm going to actually say, this is a really good topic because I feel like more than ever lately, people have been talking about the idea of queer baiting or just artists in music doing that. And this is, I was going to say, what is your take on it? Because I do feel like when it comes to Harry Styles, I could see where people feel that way, but he genuinely like really, really cares about just, regardless of his orientation, even if he was a complete heterosexual man, I don't even think it would matter. Like, he genuinely loves the LGBTQIA plus community. You know what I mean? And
I feel that from him. Yes. And I think what it is with queer baiting is that feeling. And it comes down to that. Because I think it's very much a person-to-person thing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, something like Katy Perry, I Kissed a Girl. That's a little queer baiting. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fun song, but, you know, Katy Perry,
right.
That's not really what I felt from her.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It was tiny little, so it's not like I take offense to it necessarily, but
it was like, did you really kiss a girl because you liked it, or did you just, like...
Or is this a cute song for you to get some notoriety for, kind of thing?
Yeah, I got it.
That's the line for me.
I got it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Harry Styles, I don't think he dresses that way. I don't think he wears a pride flag or whatever to sell records. You know, I think that's the line.
It's just genuinely him.
Yeah. And maybe it's not, and maybe it's just totally me wanting to think what I think, but that's kind of where... But I feel like you can feel it. You know, when artists do it, you can feel
when it's genuine and when it's not.
Exactly. You know, like there's just so much out there that can be, I think. But at the same time, like, we were just watching, not you and I, but my roommates and I, one of the later seasons of RuPaul, and there's a straight guy on there.
Yes,
as a drag queen.
Last season.
That's amazing.
Yep.
That's amazing.
And nobody saw that coming.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, I also too feel like, just side note, they were giving him a hard time.
Yeah.
They were going in on it.
Yeah. Well, but I get, it's one of those things like, and I totally get why when there's like when a safe space has been created around something like drag, and then people come in that were outside of that safe space, I totally get it. I absolutely understand the fear and just the, you don't want it to be...
It's sacred.
Exactly. Yeah. You want it to still be your space, but I do love that he is a straight man and he decided he wanted to do drag, and that's how he expresses himself. That's amazing.
Yes.
Do all the makeup, do your hair, wear dresses, and girls, females, anybody, like, to dress how you want, do whatever, be who you are inside.
Yes.
It's just all amazing. It's just so,
all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you will definitely know when you come across queer baiting.
Yeah.
You will see it. You will, you will feel it.
Yes.
It's a feeling.
Listen, and that is the, Pride Month tip of the week.
Yeah. Period. I mean, if you're just not feeling that genuineness from an artist, or if they don't back it up by different actions, just speaking about it or whatever it may be, but absolutely no one owes you an answer to the question of what their orientation is. Period. End of sentence.
Sorry. That's the end of this episode right there. All of that was just perfect. Like, I'm like, yup, she took the words out of my mouth, child. I ain't saying nothing. I'm going to sit here and look pretty. Right. No, but for real, in all seriousness, I agree with everything that you just said. And I just feel like because of just what people have been through in general, but especially part of the community, I feel like we could spot a fake from a mile away.
Oh, for
sure. And so, Yeah. Yeah. Listen, fuck around, find out.
And there's like queer baiting, funny kind of fun stuff like Katy Perry, and then there's queer baiting where it's
it's like legit.
Yeah, and and it's icky and just gross and
corporate America. Stop.
What?
I mean,
what?
Well, that's on time.
Yeah, this
time to hit the dusty road.
It's Happy Pride Corporate Month. Yeah. It's Happy Corporate Pride Month. Make sure you eat your rainbow flavored Oreos.
Yes, and make sure you get your Juneteenth ice cream from your local distributors.
Oh my God! Oh, it's so bad. Oh, that's so awful.
Right.
Or
if you go to certain retailers, be careful. You might have outraged guests by what they're selling.
Oh, yeah, I know. Target, you were awful. I cannot believe you pulled that merchandise. It's awful. It's horrible. Anyway, I will get off my soapbox now.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much for your support. Yes,
thank you guys so much, as always. We hope you enjoyed this whole day. We had so much fun checking out Enhypen.
So much fun.
There will definitely be more on the channel.
Yeah.
For sure.
And this is a nice way to kick off
Pride Month.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, it is. And even closer to our anniversary.
I know. I'm so excited. 1 year this month. I can't even believe it.
It doesn't even feel like it.
I know, it really doesn't.
It's really flown by. We should look at a picture of us from our first
Maybe I'll take
episode.
Some screenshots.
Yes!
Post them and stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that'll be very special.
I live. We love you guys.
Thank you guys. We love you so much. We'll see you soon. Bye.